Hey everyone, thanks for checking this video out. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, it would mean a lot to me if you hit the subscribe button down below, and don't forget to like this video. So I have been receiving tons of questions from my first vlog about the app I use to plan and organize my life. So today I'll be teaching you guys the basics of Notion and how to create an aesthetic and practical workspace. But first, let me start off with a brief description of what the app is for those who don't know about it. So Notion is an all-in-one organization tool where you can really organize almost everything and anything in your life. Although it actually was quite confusing at first for me, which is why I'll be teaching you guys the basics and how I got used to doing mine. So I'm gonna jump right in and show you guys how to download the app as well as finding or making your own templates. So the first thing you want to do is open your preferred browser. I am going to use Google Chrome. And you want to search notion.so/desktop. So we have that right here. And it's gonna take you to a site where you can sign up and download the app on your laptop. And you might want to sign up now via web. Here you can sign up so that when you successfully download the app, you can just log in. Notion is actually really convenient because you can use it via web or via app on your laptop or via app on your phone. So the key to having an aesthetic workspace template is basing it off of other templates, then editing it to your preferred design or aesthetic. So what I did was I went over to the templates on the sidebar and explored the ready-made templates. Then I designed it to how I want it to look like. So if you want to use my template, I linked it in my linky.ph link. I'll just leave it in the description box down below, and I'm just gonna show you guys how you can start using it. So you click on my linky.ph link, then scroll down, then you're gonna wanna click on free Notion template, and it's gonna take you to a copy of my own Notion. And I've already put the steps on how to use my template. Just click on duplicate on the right top side. It's supposed to be over here. It's not showing up on mine because I'm using my own Notion. And make sure you're already logged in. Then check the sidebar over here. Just hover over there. And in the private section, you're gonna see it. It's supposed to look like this. And it should be ready to use. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my original Notion for this video, and you guys can use my duplicated Notion to follow my step-by-step. So the first thing I did was rename the homepage. So this is what I'm talking about. I named mine Life Hub because basically my whole life is in here. Everything is planned and organized the way I like it. Then the next thing I did was I added an icon for my homepage. I downloaded my icons on icons8.com. I'll just leave that in the description box. And if you don't want to use icons, you can just use emojis instead. I used the Virgo sign because basically I'm a Virgo and I believe in the sun, moon, and stars, and also because I think it's very Virgo of me to plan and organize my life here on Notion. You can also add a cover photo for your homepage. Just hover over here and it should say change cover. Then you can choose from the ready to use photos on Notion. So we have those here. Or you can go ahead and upload your own. I got mine from Pinterest.com, and it's just a picture of coffee because I love coffee. So Notion is really convenient and easy to use when you're used to it. I remember the first time I used Notion, it provided me with a guide on how to use the functions on my keyboard. So if you have that right now, might as well browse through it. Basically, what I usually use is the slash function key, and when you type that, just gonna type it right now, a drop down with a list of options will appear. So you want to explore that a bit. What I use for my headers is usually headings 3, and we'll explore the other options later on this video. You can also change the font of your workspace. You want to go over to the top right corner over here and click on the 3 dots. Unfortunately, there are only 3 fonts. There's default, serif, and mono. So here's what each one looks like. This one's default, serif, and mono, but I personally like serif, so I'm gonna keep it like that. So now I'm gonna teach you how to change the header and font colors. Here on Notion, they are actually 2 different things. So to change the header and font colors of a text, you want to click on the 6 dots on the left of the text, then hover on color. Then you can choose between changing the text color, which are these ones right here, or changing the background color of the text, which is this one right here. What I did was I just chose a gray header for all of my Notion sections, so that's a gray background. But you can also choose to change the color and change the header background. So what you can do is, since this is already on gray, I'm gonna highlight this only, the text, and then I can go to, let's say I want it to be blue, and that's how you do it. But personally, I don't like that, so I'm just gonna change it back to the default. So now that we've covered the basics, I'm gonna go ahead and take you guys on a tour of my Notion workspace setup. So on the first part, I have 4 sections: my personal section, my trackers section, my work and productivity section, and my entertainment section. So on my personal section, I have my goals and desires page, my travel plans page, my backup codes, and my ninongs and ninangs page. So I'm gonna click on my goals and desires, and it will take me to another page. So here I have 3 tables. I have one for my 2021 goals, I have one for my life goals, and I have one for my desires or my wants. So for you to make your own, again, you have to type the slash function key and then scroll down until you see a board inline. The difference between inline and full page is that inline gives you what you need on this current page, while the full page will lead you to another page. So I want mine to be in this current page, so I'm going to click on inline. And then here you can see 4 columns. I'm just going to delete that right now. Oops, I clicked on duplicate. No, I deleted it. Okay, so right now, I have 4 columns for my goals and desires. The first column contains goals without a status, so meaning I'm not really prioritizing these goals right now. That's why they are here. But what I have for 2021, I plan on learning French, learning Japanese, learning Spanish, learn how to play at least 2 musical instruments because I am not musically inclined, and take pole dancing lessons, hopefully next year if coronavirus is gone, experience gun shooting, and try chairlift. And then on the second column, it's my goals, what I'm actually focusing on right now. And on the third, I have in progress, or the goals that I am currently working on. And lastly, the accomplished goals. So I accomplished starting my YouTube channel. And I separated my 2021 goals from my life goals so that I could visualize and separate my short-term goals, my medium-term goals, and my long-term goals. This way, I can carefully strategize how I can accomplish all my goals in life, little by little, step by step. Next, I'm gonna click on my travel plans. So this is where I plan my future trips, and since I discovered Notion just last year, 2020, I haven't been able to accomplish any of my travel plans yet. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna list down places I want to travel to once Miss Rona is finally gone. To make this table, just type the / function key again, then click on table inline. You can also check out on the sidebar the ready-to-made templates. There's a travel plans right there, so might as well just use it. That's what I did. Then you just change the column names and their functions. I've set the filter of this table to just my ideas. As you can see, these are all just idea. And I did that by clicking on the 3 dots of the table right here. And then click on filter and add filter, choose status, click is, and then choose idea. You can make more filters for your table so that you can choose what to view. For this table, I have filters for my ideas, for those that I'm already planning, my book plans, and places I've already gone to. So you can do that by changing the status over here. Then you choose select for one, or multi-select for 2 or more filters, I guess. Then here is idea. So if I choose to turn this into planning, it's gonna go to the planning table. So it helps me organize whatever I need to do. And I'm just gonna put that right back there. So for the backup codes and ninongs and ninangs, I won't delve into those because it's a bit personal. I just put it there for me to prepare and not forget. Now I'm gonna talk about my trackers. I mentioned in my first video that I use Notion to track my habits. So I'm gonna click on habit tracker. And again, to make this, you click on the / function key, then click table inline. So for my habits, I'm doing my best in accomplishing everything daily. So my daily habits consists of waking up at 6 a.m., practicing an attitude of gratitude, listening to one podcast episode, working out, reading 1 chapter of a book, and drinking at least 2 liters of water every day. Now, this part of my habit tracker isn't where I placed the checklist. This part is a monthly and yearly overview of my progress in successfully making a habit out of those mentioned. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on January just to show you guys. And we scroll down, and this is where you can find the checklist I used in my first video. At the end of the month, you can see a sum of each habits. So what we're gonna do is you hover over the table, then clicked on checked, and it's gonna show you how many times you've checked a certain box, which will basically tell you how many times you did this habit within a month. Then you place the result, which is 29, 14, 20, and so on. You place those results over here, and then it's gonna reflect on the habit tracker homepage over here. The free template I provided already contains a monthly habit tracker template for each month. So just click on the month, April, and then over here we scroll down, then you can see monthly habit tracker. Click on it and we wait for it. It also includes the icon, and we're waiting for it. Kind of takes a while for it to load, I guess. There, so there you go, it's already ready to use. Next, we go to my mood tracker. The moods I track are happy, sad, anxious, irritated, and meh. I limit my moods to just these because I believe that a negative moment shouldn't define your whole day. So whenever I feel anxious or irritated, I wait And by the end of the day, if I feel that I am not as irritated or anxious as before, I choose to believe that I'll end my day on a positive note. This mentality is mainly due to my attitude of gratitude, because every time I write down what I'm grateful for, I see no reason for me to feel a certain negative way. But of course, on some days, I can't deny the way I feel. Like if I feel sad or anxious or irritated and it lasts for the whole day, of course, I will acknowledge the fact that I feel a certain way and be honest with myself. Which is why in the mood tracker table, I have a column for me to state the reason or reasons why I feel a certain way. So you can see that right here. I'm just gonna choose April instead. And here, this is the area, the comments area, where I can write down the reasons why I feel a certain way. So remember, admitting is the first step towards inner peace. And of course, there are just some days I don't feel anything at all. Sometimes I don't feel happy, but that doesn't mean that I'm sad. The world isn't black and white anyway, so that's why I have a mood called meh. So again, at the end of the month, we scroll down. You can see a sum of each mood's checked boxes. Just like the habit tracker, well, it's not really a check, it's just how many times you put a mood. So again, I monitor those moods, and I put the results over here on top. And again, it will reflect on the mood tracker homepage. So I can see that usually I'm in a happy mood. I wasn't sad during January and Feb. And I was a bit anxious during Feb. I forgot why. It's in the reasons. I'm not gonna show it. Irritated during January. Wow, I think I can remember why. And meh, I guess. And then for March, I have that right here. And also, just like the habit tracker, each month's mood tracker also has a ready-to-use monthly mood tracker. So you just need to click on it. I'm gonna do that right now over here, and you're ready to go. So again, you can see here how many times you're a certain mood. So I've been happy for 49 days out of 365 days. I wasn't sad for a while. Wow, I haven't been sad yet. Anxious 5 times, 4 times irritated, and then 1 time meh. So it helps me understand why I feel a certain way, and it can also help me reflect on those certain moods. Now, the last thing on my trackers section is my money tracker, and I can't really show you my personal finances, so I've already duplicated my money tracker and removed my personal finances. Now, this was easy to make because I teach personal money management for free, and I also provide free financial worksheets for my clients, which is where I based my Notion's money tracker from. My money tracker has 2 sections, my monthly tracker and my overall monitoring. So here I have a calculator widget, which can also be found in linky.ph. And here is where I can easily compute on the same page. So you can just click these equal sign right now, or you can just click this one and then input whatever you need to using your keyboard. Now I have my income and outflow table right here, and this is where I input the flow of my money. So for example, I'm gonna write in that I bought skincare. So bought aloe vera. Okay, so now you can see that I have an income column and expended column, because I want to keep track of my income per month and my expenses per month. So let's say for this one, this is 300 pesos. Then the type is wants. So I can keep track of my wants, since segue, you should only spend let's say 30% for your wants, 50% for your needs, and 20% for your future. So that's how you allocate your money. And this is where I monitor those. So let's say I bought this yesterday, just for example. And then I also have here on the last part is the comments. I can't see it right now, so I'm just gonna open this one. And then here, the comment, you can just put what mode of payment you used. So let's say I used for this one BPI, and there you go. That's how you input your expenses. And this next date right here, this table is actually connected to my recurring tasks, but since I don't want to see it in the home page, I created the same formula. So this next date, because sometimes I have a recurring financial task to pay, like for example my insurance, I just put here, like for example my VUL. Oops, why did I put a lot? My VUL, and then I have to pay that every month, let's say on the 15th. So on the start date, let's say March 1, and then try not to mess with properties that have this symbol, because I already put in a formula for that and it took me quite a while, so might as well not mess with it. And then what you're going to do, if you want to be reminded every 15th of the month, so you're gonna put here on day of the month. This is supposed to be an O. So here you click that, and then it's gonna guide you to this, and then you're gonna input on X day. So I want to be reminded every 15th of the day. Oops. So what's gonna happen is it's gonna tell me the next day to pay my VUL is on April 15. Okay, but sometimes I just bought things out of nowhere, so I'm just gonna put that without a next date. Okay, then we scroll down, and now I have my overall monitoring, where you can find my weekly, monthly, and yearly table, my bank details, my assets table, and my debts table. So this one, I personally made this because I want to monitor my expenses and my income on a weekly basis. So what I do is I click on a month. I also have a template ready made for you to use. So I'm gonna wait for that. So here we can see that this is a monthly and weekly summary. So on week 1 of, let's say for example, April, I had an income of 10,000, let's just say, on the first week. Wow. And then I spent 3,000 pesos. Is that 3,000? Yeah, it's 3,000. And then on the bottom of the table, it's gonna put sum and sum on for the expenses and for my income. So this data, you want to put that here. So let's say for example 10,000, and then total expended is 3,000, and then it's gonna show up here. So whatever you put on these columns for the income and expended, it's going to have a summation over here. So this is the yearly part, yearly summary part of it. So this is where I can monitor everything from weekly to yearly. And then over here you click on bank details. This is where I input my passwords and my emails I use for each bank. So these are what I use for mobile banking. Not really gonna delve into everything. And then we have the assets table. So over here, this is where you put all of your assets and how much or the amount of each asset. So for example, you have your GCash, your ING, your CIMB bank, your BPI, your BDO, your PayMaya, your PayPal, and so on. You put all of them here, and then you put in the amount each one has over here. And this actually is really convenient for me because it shows me how much assets I have, and it also can easily tell me how much my GCash has or like that, so I don't have to continuously open my apps And then I also put here interest rate so that I know which mobile bank I can prioritize putting my money in. Source, let's just say I put here for GSave, it's Gcash, then BPI, and so on. Or sometimes I put in, let's say for example, I use my GSave as my wants fund, so I put wants, and then the ING, I use it as my travel fund, and so on and so forth. And lastly, this table is for my debts or my utang to other people. There's unpaid and there's paid. So now let's move on to my work and productivity section, and here you can find my law school, Sun Life, Your Life Abogada, commissions, and YouTube tabs. So now let's go to my law school page, and it's quite empty because I am on a leave of absence, but I'll just go ahead and teach you how to use it. And you can put here your student ID, portal password. I have a little quote over here: commit your work to the Lord and your plans will be established. I also have a cute picture I got from Pinterest. And as you can see, I linked my Google Calendar by using a widget via indify.co as well. I'll leave that in the link in the description box. And then we scroll down and we find a table of my supposed classes. So let's click on class 1. We scroll down, and here I also made a ready-to-use template for each class. So now, how to use this. So here, maybe you can just put something important. I don't know, whatever you choose. Here, I also created a syllabus for each class. I made this from scratch. So this is just an example. Then we go back. And then there's also a calculator. I got this from the ready-to-use templates of Notion. I actually haven't used this yet because again, I'm on a leave of absence, so it's just there. And then email and hours of my professor. Grades I input so that I can monitor. This to-do table is actually linked to my to-do in the homepage, so I'll just get to that after. And then right now, let's go to the resources table, which you can also find in the law school homepage. I want to see an overview of all the resources and all tasks and schedules of each class. So what I did was, first, I created a linked database. So you have to make sure that the database or table you want to link already exists. So here, it already exists over here. Then we go back to class 1 and you click on / and then you scroll down to create linked database, and then search for database. You want to click on resources, so we're looking for it and it's over here. You click on it, and since you can also see the resources table on my homepage, whatever you input here on the resources in class 1, it will automatically show itself here on resources. So just to give you an example, I'm gonna type in example. Oops. And as you can see, it also automatically put itself in the homepage. So this function is also useful for the recurring tasks table as well as the to-do list table in my life homepage, but I'll just discuss that later on. So now we move on to my Sun Life page, and here I have my personal section where I take note of my 2021 goals, which is also the same template as the aforementioned goals and desire template. I also take note of all of my emails and passwords here, and I have a little quote as well to keep me at ease. He has made everything beautiful in its time. Next, I also have my documentary list under my personal section, and it's different from the table inline because the list inline is just basically a list, no columns or rows whatsoever. Now the page I want to talk about is my prospect list template, because I know most professionals have their own directory of people they like to connect with. So let me just talk about that real quick. Now, the prospect list I created contains formulas. So again, if you're going to use this template, I suggest not to mess with the formulas because it's a bit complex. So here on my prospect list I used a table inline template, and it is very useful because this helps me keep track of the people I haven't connected with for some time. And the table's formula will show me whether it's time I contact that person or not yet. So I'm just gonna make an example for everyone. So I use that. So let's say, for example, this is friend 1. Associations, I made tags right here. So let's say, for example, she's from UST as well. Status, meaning if I've contacted her for work basis. Last contacted. So let's say, for example, the last time I contacted this person was March 1. And the formula of update, since I last contacted her March 1, it says here there's a thumbs up, which means that I don't have to contact this person just yet because I just contacted her or him like 2 weeks ago. But if I last contacted this person January 1st, let's say I just greeted them a Happy New Year, it says here time to reach out. So this is very useful so that I could monitor those people whom I haven't contacted in a while to make sure that I still keep a strong bond for our genuine relationship. Alright, so let's move on to the recurring tasks and to-do section of my Sun Life page. These tables are linked to my Life Hub's main recurring tasks and to-do table, so I'll just explain how to use it later, but I can just say that it serves the same idea as the resources table in my law school page. Now we scroll down to the contest month countdown and calendar section. These are both widgets you can find in indify.co as well. So contest month, meaning here in Sun Life, we have our submission deadlines for applications, and it's actually almost deadline because it's the 17th. So there we go. Now we move on to Your Life Abogada page. So for those of you that don't know, I also have my own FB page called Your Life Abogada. Go ahead and like it. And I post tips about life, money management, insurance and investments, and law school tips. So here in this page, this is how I keep track of all of my content ideas and how I organize my content materials. So right now we see a calendar right here, and this is actually the content calendar guide. So today's March, I'm gonna scroll down to March, and today's the 17th. So it says here on the 17th, trending, share a recent change in the finance or real estate industry. So this calendar gives me a guide or provides me an idea on what I can post during this day. And it's actually quite helpful because I really want to keep engaging with my audience. And when we scroll down, again, I have a recurring tasks linked to my homepage recurring task table. And right now it says for the next date, next Monday, next Tuesday, today is Wednesday, and next Saturday, and every day. Here I can oversee what I can post every Monday. So every Monday I post a quote, I post tips, or I post something about money. Every Tuesday I post about insurance or investment. Every Wednesday I post something about the law. So tonight I guess I'm gonna post something about the law. Every Saturday I plan my content and posting schedule. And every day I post something from the content guide, which is this calendar right here. Then I also keep track of my caption ideas. So right now I have over here my content tracker, and this actually helps me organize the content, whether I have a scheduled post, an idea, or currently researching, editing, or if I've already posted it. So right now I have scheduled a birthday pub mat for Mark Rote. So he is one of my clients, and I have it published. I have it scheduled for March 23 on my personal and my Instagram. And then special dates. This is where you can see or know certain dates to check if there's something special about today. So, there's something special about today. World Social Work Day. Well, actually, that's good to know, I guess. And then here I have engagement questions. So these are questions to help you engage your audience. So right now I also have posted questions right here on the. So I posted these questions already. What is question number 23? I just want to show it right now. It says, would you rather speak all languages or speak to animals? A lot of people actually engaged with me. So it actually helps me understand my friends and my followers, I guess. Most of them, those that chose speak to animals, it gave me an idea, maybe this person likes animals, they're an animal lover. Or maybe here, for those that chose speak all languages, they want to travel the world or they want to explore, etc. Question number 41, what is that? Which Harry Potter house do you belong in? A lot of people engaged with me here. So, actually, I have a lot of Slytherin friends. That's cute. Question number 94. What is that? Question number 94 is, what are you grateful for? Actually, not a lot of people engaged with me there. I guess they don't like those kind of questions, maybe. Fun facts. I haven't posted a fun fact yet, but these are actually really good. So if you scroll down, paper money isn't really paper. It is 75% cotton and 25% linen. Okay. In 2007, Real Estate Magazine and hotelier Leona, oh no, I can't read it, left $12 million in her will to her dog. Trouble? Is that trouble? Okay. In 2012, average Filipinos spent less on groceries and ate out more. Okay. So again, these are just nice fun facts. They're, good to know. And when you scroll down, there are share-worthy quotes as well. I posted one share-worthy quote, which is quote number 41. Scrolling down to it, what is it? A man who does not plan long ahead will find trouble right at his door, and that is by Confucius. So again, these are share-worthy quotes, and then those that said that. And for aspiring or current content creators, I will provide the link in the description down below for you to access my content guide materials. So you can just check it in the description box. And now let's go to my writing and art commissions page. I'm not gonna show it because I promised my clients that they will remain a secret or they will remain anonymous to the public. So simply, this is just a table inline for me to monitor all pending and finished commission works. The table is actually linked in my Life Hub's to-do list table down below, and it also includes a check mark for when I've accomplished a commissioned work, the task description, the name of the corresponding client, the due date, and mode of payment. Again, I'll explain it later in the to-do list. And lastly, for my work and productivity section is my YouTube channel. So this is where I monitor my video ideas and the status of each video. And on the left, you can see a recurring task for my YouTube channel. And this is where I set a schedule on my editing process. So my editing process is from Tuesdays to Friday, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So Tuesdays, I film videos. Wednesday, which is today, I edit videos, although what I did yesterday was I made a script for today's video, and right now I'm filming, and tomorrow I guess edit video and add subtitles, and then on Friday I upload, schedule, and promote on social media, and this Saturday I am going to post this video and promote it on social media. And then on the left is a table inline of all my videos. I filtered this to those videos that are not ideas anymore. So right now I am currently, and then these are my filtered ideas. So again, you just have to wait for me to make these videos. I have a lot in mind. So right now I already have 2 and I'm so happy. And now that is it on my work and productivity section, and now you can find everything in the links below. Now let's go ahead to my favorite section, the entertainment section, and here is where I keep track of all the books, movies, TV series, and podcasts I come across, and I also leave my own personal rating. So in the reading list, you will find all the books I've read and am planning to read or planning to read again. I really enjoy reading for leisure since I was a kid, and during college we were required to read a lot, and most of those readings I'd like to read again, minus the academic pressure. So let's go to all. I just listed it all here so I could keep track, and again I have everything filtered out. I have my currently reading filter, my finished reading filter, my pending filter which is ready to start, and I also have the genre filter, which is knowledge is power for leisure and academic journals. And right now, I'm currently reading John Maxwell's How Successful People Think, and I mentioned this in my previous vlog. Next, we are going to my watch list page. So on my watch list, here we can find all the TV shows and movies I want to watch, am currently watching, and have already finished watching. And just like the reading list, I also have everything filtered out. So these are my pending movies: The Firm, Devil's Advocates. Actually, this is a book. I just found out that there's a movie, Castle in the Sky, Kiki's Delivery Service, and so on. I also put in the movie duration so that I can actually make time for this. Then the genre status, we can change it to finished, paused, rewatched, and right now these are the pending. Platform, Netflix, and then I also have the score here. Let's see what I have finished. Actually, I finished a lot of movies. It's just these are the movies I finished during the time that I just started this Notion app. So I watched Demon Slayer Infinity Train, Panty Sisters. I gave it a 3 stars. I don't know why, I just really didn't like it, I guess. I'm so sorry, it's my personal opinion. Fantasy Island on Netflix, a 2 stars out of 5. I swear I wasted my time, but it's just my personal opinion. It's a suspense movie, so I have a high standard for this. So maybe that's why I gave it a 2. Catch Me If You Can, I really like that. The Generation That Gave Up on Love, oh, I really like that. This is a really nice movie. But anyway, so yeah. And my TV shows, so these are what I'm currently watching: Attack on Titan, Promised Neverland, Jujutsu Kaisen, RuPaul's Drag Race, Fullmetal Alchemist, and Bungo Stray Dogs. And I also put in the day of the week it releases. So every Monday there's Attack on Titan, for Friday there's Promised Neverland, and on Saturdays there's Jujutsu Kaisen and RuPaul's Drag Race. And then this helps me keep track of what episode I'm on. So I have this over here, the total episodes of each series, and then this is a formula. So 16 minus 2, there's 2 remaining episodes on Attack on Titan. Oh no, it's gonna end part 1 anyway of season 4. So we have that right here, and then the current season, and then the score again, and then the platform on where I'm watching this. And then what are my finished shows? Actually, I finished a lot of series. It's just again, these are the ones I finished when I started this Notion. So Suits, Shokugeki no Soma, I'm so sad it ended though. Love Island Season 1, Love Island Australia Season 1. I really like this series. It's just I did not like the winners, so I gave it a 3 stars. I don't know, maybe it was rigged. Netflix. And then Gyakyu Borai Kaiji, watched it on 4anime. It's nice, but it's an old school anime, so maybe that's why I didn't give it a 5 stars. And lastly, I have my podcast list, and this is where I keep track of all the podcasts I am currently listening to, have already finished, and pending to listen to. And this is the same template as the reading and watching list. So right now I'm currently listening to The Savvy Psychologist's Quick and Dirty Tips, Cha Astrology, TED Talks Daily, TED Talk Shorts, The Melissa Ambrosini Show, Life Dimes, Boiling Waters PH. I have an episode in Life Dimes, so check it out on Spotify and let me know when you listen to it. And I also have a filter right here, so did I pause any? No. Ready to start. These are my pending podcasts I want to listen to. So Methodology. Oh no, it's Mythology. Philosophize This, Mindset Mentor, Ang Walang Kwentang Podcast, Inuman with Cutters, Driven Today with David Angway. Sorry, what's his name? Oh no. Oh, okay. And the John Maxwell Leadership Podcast. So, and Crime Junkie. What did I finish? I haven't finished one yet, I guess, because they're continuously posting new episodes, so maybe that's why. Okay, so we are done discussing the 4 major sections of my life. Now let's continue to the rest of what I have on my Notions homepage. So let's scroll down. And now you can see that I have another Google Calendar widget I got from indify.co. And the difference between this calendar widget from the ones I have in my law school and Sun Life pages is that the events on my homepage are personal events, while the events on my law school calendar is all law school events. Same goes with the Sun Life events in my Sun Life calendar page. I just can't seem to find a widget which can have all events in one calendar widget. That's why I chose to just use 3 separate ones. On the left side of the calendar widget, I have a little quote. Again, to ease my mind, it says, "I am not in a rush and what is meant for me will always be mine." Next, I have a quote widget which can also be found in indify.co. And as you can see, I live for quotes. I just, it really helps me find inner peace. So now let's move on and scroll down to my today schedule and weekly to-do spread. Personally, I don't want to show you guys what I have planned for this week, so I'm just going to show you guys the one on the duplicated version. So for my today's schedule, I have one right here for today. This helps me visualize my schedule for the day, and as you can see, my morning and night routine is already a constant. So basically, my free time every day is from 1 to 4 p.m. and 5 to 9 p.m. So this part was the one you saw in my first vlog. So podcast, gratitude, check news and notifications and read what chapter, workout and post-workout, breakfast, daily work routine, commissions and YouTube work. And then I eat early dinner because I am currently on an intermittent fast. So I eat from 9 to 5 p.m. and then fast from 5 p.m. onwards to 9 a.m. the next day. And then from 9 to 10 p.m. I update and check my habit and mood trackers. I review and update to-do lists and calendars. And then I brush my teeth, skincare, and then get ready to sleep. Going back. And then time blocking helps me discipline myself, and it also helps me easily know what time is my actual free time. So whenever an event comes up and I have the power over time, I make sure I schedule it between 1 to 4 p.m. and 5 to 9 p.m. only. So now let's move on to the weekly spread. And to be quite honest, I just recently added this to my Notion homepage because I want to visually see my week on my homepage. And so just to give you a quick tip, what I did, this is headings 3, changed it to black default, and then new tasks. So for example, work on commissions, and then I color coded my work. So commissions, I color coded it to blue, so I'm gonna change it to blue. So there, for Monday, let's say for today is Wednesday. So for Wednesday, let's say that is where I want to work on my commissions. And then what if today is Wednesday? What I do is I drag everything I have here on a Wednesday and then drag it to today. So there, that's basically how I do it. And now, as promised, I am going to explain how I utilize the recurring tasks and to-do list tables. So remember all the recurring tasks and to-do list tables in the other page? Well, this is where I can have a today overview of all my law school Sun Life, Your Life Abogada, commissions, and YouTube related recurring tasks and to-dos. So, regarding the recurring tasks, for me to have a today view of all my work tasks, I simply create a work tag, which is right here. Property, you choose select for one tag and multi-select for 2 or more tags. And then you want to click on these 3 dots right here and then choose filter and then choose today and then is and then check. So the recurring tasks table has a formula, and again I suggest you not mess with it anymore because it is quite complex and it took me a while to perfect each formula. So what I like about recurring tasks is it actually gives me an overview of what I need to accomplish every day or on a weekly basis or on a monthly basis. So here I have 3 everyday tasks for Sun Life, Your Life Abogada, and personal. So here let me just discuss the review and update trackers. So what I did was I linked the one in habit trackers. I'm gonna touch that, and then I can see that this is the table I have in my habits tracker. So I don't have to always click on that, the one up here. I can just easily do it right here. Same goes for my mood tracker. And then on a weekly basis I have YouTube, edit videos, and then also on a weekly I have law school. So there. And then you can just change the properties right here. If you want to add one to your liking, go ahead. So to use this recurring task properly, you want to click on new. And again, I suggest you don't mess with the properties containing the formula symbol, which is this. Actually, I forgot what it means. Forgive me. So anyway, it will automatically change. So for example, let's say for example you bought plants and you have to water your plants every 3 days or 8 days as I recall. So water plants, and then start date is on March 1. Again, you don't want to mess with this part because it will automatically change whenever you click on something. So let's say for example I want to water my plants every 3 days. So as you can see, this changed, and also this one was checked, which means that this is where you want to input how many days you want to water your plants. So let's say every 3 days. So again, you will water your plants every 3 days, and it will show up on the recurring tasks, and you just have to put personal so that it will show up, and it will show up after 3 days. It will show up around here, and that's how you do it. And again, you can also input a recurring task in other pages as long as the recurring table in that page is linked to the homepage table. So when you input a recurring task in, say, law school, I'm gonna do it as an example right now. It will automatically have the work tag law school, and it will place itself accordingly in the homepage recurring task table. So let's say for example, the recurring task for law school is study. And then when I open it, it automatically has a work tag law school. So I'm just gonna check it out on my homepage. Let's see if it's there. Let's have it set to every day. This is every day, so there it has a little everyday here. And okay, then let's see if it's in the recurring tasks. So yeah, it's already in the recurring tasks. So you want to do the same thing as well in to-do lists. So regarding the to-do list table, you have to first understand the difference between a recurring task and a to-do. So a recurring task is a task that may occur again periodically or repeatedly, while a to-do is a one-time task. So again, there is a done, work tag, task, priority, if needed to be done ASAP or in how many hours, and then due date. So Again, I suggest don't mess with properties containing the formula symbols like this because it will automatically change anyway. And again, like the recurring task table, you can also input a to-do in other pages as long as the to-do list table is in that page and it is linked to the to-do page, to-do table in the home page. So let's say I want to have a to-do in law school. So the task is read with emphasis, and I want to do it today. No, let's say on a Friday. And then the time, I set this time formula to the 24-hour one. So let's say you want to go read on March 19, 1 p.m. So you have to input 1300. Work tag automatically law school. Priority, if you want to make this a priority, again, don't mess with this. You just have to do that. Or if you want to do it ASAP, you do that. And then for today, it will show up automatically. If you choose today, it's already checked for you. And then let's see if it will pop up in my to-do list. Actually, it won't because it's not today. So let's say I want to do it today. Where is it? Okay, law school. Just for us to see. Oh, it says here in 2 days I have to read. And let's say today. So it's today. Let's just turn this to 1900 because that's 7 p.m. So let's see. Okay, so it's here. And it already has a warning sign that in 1 hour and 34 minutes I have to read. Okay. So, again, there are a lot of ready-made filters in Notion's homepage. You just go over to the sidebar and this is where you want to explore. And this is where I got most of my templates in my Notion homepage. So in the personal, this is where I got the travel planner. This is where I got the task list. This is where I got the weekly agenda, as you can see. Habit tracker, this is where I also got it. And then you can just check these out if you have anything that you want. The Cornell note system. Syllabus, this is where I got the syllabus. There's also one for engineering. So cute. Human resources, okay, marketing, and so on. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching my tutorial on how I plan and organize my life with Notion. And as promised, I will provide all the links I mentioned down below in the description box. And if you want to share with me your own personalized Notion template, do send me a message or you can post it on social media, and don't forget to tag me, Sky Makayan, or at Sky Makayan. And if you have any comments or suggestions, do comment it all down below as well. And I'll see you all next time. Bye! It's 5:50 something and I feel so empty inside.